It is Sunday, March 24th, 5:36 a.m. and we're heading to the inaugural, I believe, Pearland Half Marathon. What are your thoughts in this dark car?
My thoughts are that it's early and the medals look really cute and I hope it goes well. Hi! Hi.
Yeah, neither of us are really feeling it today, but we'll get through it. My back is killing me because the chair at my new office really sucks. So, let's see. This will be fun when I can barely get out of the car. Don't get old. This is why you show up early.
There's not really.
Are you having any pre-race thoughts?
This is a great idea. We should definitely do this.
Race party today sponsored by 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And our inaugural Pearland Half Marathon underway. Have a great race. Thank you for coming out. Again, a little over 900 of you running our inaugural Pearland Half Marathon. Again, thank you for your family, cross-country team. Those just hard to keep up with. I've done it before. You never did.
Yeah.
Morning, thank you.
Morning, good luck.
First guy.
Hell yeah, keep going.
This is what I'm talking about the aid station. Run in, and stop. Get the hell out of the way. There goes 2 hours. Absolutely knackered. Ran the 5K marathon and half marathon last weekend. I didn't have that damn side ache. Getting lots of weird looks. Never had a side ache running. It's messed up. So we'll walk for a minute and jog. That maybe see a lunchbox sooner or later. 7 left. We'll get there. See the girl in the yellow? She totally cut across this divider right here. Cheater! You, sir, are a cheater. Mile 7. Still ain't seen lunchbox. So we turned off the main trail onto this little gravel path here. See him running around. It's because the outback about a mile short. Good job. Pretty little lake here. Still ain't seen lunchbox. She must have dropped. She had a 10K or dropped out. Or she's just having a really bad day. Alright, here we go. Check out this cool backyard here. It's pretty sweet. Well, 10. There's people starting on the travel loop. And people behind. Thank you. That's 3 left. There's 10Kers.
You're right.
There's a plane. See the battery fall.
Houston. Daniel Stuckey, Melissa
Shit.
Get more community down there.
Thanks, man.
Evan Rain from Richmond.
That works.
I think someone up here thought.
I don't know how you did it with that.
Thank you.
One of the berries, Pearland, right on the money, Cheryl White, Cheryl Mendoza. Tim Southerton, Sasha O and Amy Boylan, they finish up.
got this.
Okay, to your left and to your right.
Next up, ladies 55 to 59. First place at the time of 59.16 from Pearland, Nikki Lanier. Second place at a time of 1:02.17 from Houston, Lisa Lane. And in third place at a time of 1:05.31 from Houston, Lila Sweet.
Look at that. 2:48.48.
I don't know if we can see it. Start.
We cut off like 11 minutes.
Good for you. You want to look around at all?
Did you see anything cool? That was my best half marathon of the year. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm nauseous or if I'm gonna cry, but pretty happy with that.
Good for you. Show me your medal.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? It's a pear.
And it's got, show the back. Like magnets or something, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have some fun stuff. Oh.
You want to do it when we get home or no?
Yeah, we can do it again. Hey there, friends. It's Motivated by Medals. We had a recent channel change due to a revelation I had last weekend. So we are bringing you today the Pearland inaugural half marathon for 2019.
Race report.
Race report, excuse me, yes. Well, that's implied. Anyway, so let's start off with some good swag. I'll let you show your medal.
So here's the medal. Sans vomit. And then Miss Benson's making his presence known. Then the lanyard here. Pretty cool. We were excited. We actually signed up for this race at the Houston Marathon Race Expo.
Mm-hmm.
The lady had one of these on, so we've seen it, but I don't remember it being exactly like this. It must have been like a demo or something. Yeah. But when we signed up at the thing, we got some swag. So I got this water bottle deal here. Pretty neat. And she got...
I got the coffee mug.
Yeah.
To-go mug. So it's very nice.
Yeah, we've had these for a couple months. But it is cool. And then that back in the box so it doesn't get broken or catted. The race shirt is like this. Pretty nice. It's actually that cool material I like from the Houston Marathon thing here. And I saw a couple people wearing these. A lot of people actually wearing these at the race today.
It was, yeah, somebody I think actually won in that one.
Did he?
Yes.
I mean, it's not... Oh.
Sorry. I was trying to avoid that. It's still running.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're still in frame. But yeah, it's a very heavy, like cottony material. She's like, put me down, I'm trying to do something. She looks very frustrated. Okay. Anyway, so that's cool. I'm sure you saw all our footage and one of us had a rough drive home.
Yeah, you know what, I'm going to go first this time. Just get out ahead of that. So this was a fantastic race for me. This was my best half marathon of the year. I came in, my chip time was 2:48.42. My previously good time was in Galveston, 2:58 something or other.
0.0.
Yeah, Heineken 0.0. So it started out really great. We were the first ones in the porta potties. And then when we got out, there were like massive lines. We had perfect parking. It's a far distance from our house, but it was overall, I mean, even with the little bit of like the beltway
closures on the beltway.
Yeah, even with that, you know, just relatively good. We were both this morning not feeling it. Tired of getting up early every weekend. So, but we're, you know, well, we can get through this one. So gun goes off. Good race. Mile 1 shows up really quickly. Mile 2, after this amazing bridge, like the Magnolia Bridge, had quite a steep grade, steeper than any Houstonian is accustomed to.
It's very short, but it is.
Yeah. Ran straight up it. I ran continually until I walked once on mile 7. And this is what's interesting. And this is why you cannot trust pacers. No offense to pacers. You're all great. But at one point, the 2:40 pacer passed me right before mile 1. I was like, okay, fine. Whatever. So then around mile 5, I catch up to them. I was running by feel. I was checking my watch. My heart rate was a little elevated, but I could breathe. So I was just going for it, and I was running about 12-minute miles, which is huge for me for this year coming back into running. At mile 5, I'm pacing with the 2:40s and actually feeling like I could go faster, and I see him. He doesn't see me. The whole time I'm like pointing at the sign, like get it on the GoPro, show them I was doing better.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some comments you'll probably have already heard, but when I missed her, I thought she had dropped or went down to the 10K. Yeah, but it was me. I was dying. That was right before I had to start walking the first time.
Yeah, I tried to get his attention, and I was like, oh, and I thought he didn't feel good. He actually did not stand as tall as he normally does. He looked a little bent, and we had a conversation about his back hurting, so I was worried about him, but got to mile 5 at 1:01, got to the 10K at 1:16, which is really good. Got to mile 10 at 2:04. So the race was great. I met some cool people. I was wearing my Seabrook Lucky Trail shirt, and there was a woman at the aid station who goes, Seabrook, you were out there last year. You're out here again. She goes, wait a minute, I remember you. And then I'm like, yes, I'm the person who tried to drop. I didn't say that. I was like, yeah, hi, thanks so much. And a couple other people commented on the shirt, which was nice. But it was a pretty good course. It was mostly flat. It was extremely flat, except for Magnolia Bridge. And then there's this one little thing where you go around the lake on gravel. And it was pretty. I saw someone out there filming these birds that were huddled under this, I don't know what you'd call it, but some like bushes in the middle of the water. It was really beautiful. The problem that I ran into is the sun came out and we were running into the sun all the way back from right at mile 6 turnaround. And I could feel myself getting overheated, but I just kept going for it. I kept trying to drink water. I took some salt stick. But I realized at mile 10, even if I walk back, I'm still going to come in under 3 hours, like better than my best time. And that encouraged me, not to walk, but it encouraged me. And I did have to walk most of the way back. Still though, my pace time at the beginning was 12:05. My time at the end, I was running 12:46. I think my overall was 12:50. So I that's pretty consistent. But I did run into some issues with heat. So when we got back, I knew I was going to get sick, and we got in the car, and I tried to drink my Coke, which usually makes me feel better. And it did not. I took one salt and vinegar chip and had to throw it out the window, and then God bless him, he caught it on the camera, filled up an entire empty Pringles can with nothing but liquids from myself. Kept driving, never stopped driving, didn't cause a car accident, didn't really swerve, so I'm a, badass, and I'm not bleeping that out.
Yeah, when they pulled off the highway, hit where they were doing the construction, and she just reaches out in front of this cop, dumps out this vomit-filled Pringles can.
It wasn't really vomit, it was all liquid. It was water and...
It came out of your stomach, it was vomit.
Well, anyway, it was completely liquid. It's like I hadn't been absorbing any water probably since mile 10. So, I mean, that makes sense. So that's unfortunate. I came home and I feel better now. I just had to get it out. It actually happened twice. That I had to expel.
Don't worry, I got both of them.
He's so sweet. I don't know that it's going on this video because some people would be upset by that, and I wouldn't want to see it. So, couple of things.
Put it at the end and put.
Yeah, just disclaimer. I'm gonna vomit. Oh, that's so wrong. He loves those vomit shots. But so, couple of things. I enjoyed people noticing people. I enjoyed the course. Everyone was great. I didn't have any issues with the aid stations. I had one thing happen. This woman in front of me in bright yellow, I'm running behind her. I don't know how she managed it, but she sees a penny on the ground, stops dead, and picks up the penny, and I almost, that could have been bad. And I was like, there was definitely an expletive. But she didn't even apologize. She got her penny. So other than that, it was a good race. I didn't really attend the after party because I knew what was coming, but I was, and I think it's like I was just excited. If I hadn't gotten overheated, I bet you I could have come in at 2:36, and that is exciting to me. This week I've started to notice like minor changes in my clothing. Nothing the world's gonna notice, just something you would notice personally, and then to shave off. I think it's about 10 or 11 minutes from Galveston, which was my last best sub 3 hour half marathon. And to know that I could have come in at 2:36 had this half marathon been, you know what I mean, a different temperature. I'm excited. It's been worth the effort. So that's all I've got. Now I'm gonna.
Many.
Huh?
How many?
How many? Oh, what were we gonna take a Keanu off for?
The packet.
Oh, packet pickup. I spent a significant amount of time on Friday that I should have been working, driving down to Pearland. Like, it took a half day. Between that and some other errands that I had to run, but the bulk of it was driving 50 minutes there and 50 minutes back. And on their race report, it doesn't say anything about race day packet pickup. Except, like, what the morning, like, the Saturday evening, we got an email that says you can pick it up. That morning, it would have been really helpful, and it would have been really easy. We got there so early that we were like porta potty squatters. We just didn't come out. So I'm gonna give it, for my trouble on Friday. I'm gonna give it 3 Keanus. That's not really, yeah. And I'm gonna take off 1 for sure for packet pickup. I'm gonna give it 3 because it was a brand new race. No, I'm gonna give it 4. 4.
I was gonna say I didn't.
I liked it.
With it.
There really weren't. I'm gonna give it 4. Packet pickup is a big deal, so 4 Keanus, and now I'm gonna defer.
All right. Well, I had a pretty good experience. I came in around 2:08.
I was only 40 minutes behind
Excuse
him.
me. Okay. By about mile 4, I could really feel last weekend, and I think that's what slowed me down. I ran with the 2-hour pacer until about mile 7, which is about when she saw me, I would say, which is when I had to stop and walk the first time, because, God, it was tough.
Yeah, because you were not with the 2-hour pacer, and that concerned me.
Yeah, and it was easy. The first 1 miles, I almost passed him, but I stayed behind him and didn't have a problem keeping up. But then
I don't mean to interrupt. Do you think it's because we were running into the sun in the second half? Do you think that was affecting us?
No, this was before the sun came out.
Oh, okay.
My groin is still sore, and my ankles are still hurt, and I just was dragging it. Not to make up excuses, I still did fairly well, I think. See, I ran walk back, but once the sun came out, I think I actually got sunburned, even though I put sunscreen on my face, which sucks.
It does.
The only thing I have to complain about is the people at this race. They are very. I think we went on the Katie half, how they were entitled and snotty. These people, not all of them obviously, but a lot of them were like this, especially walking through the crowd at the beginning, trying to get to the race. They all just would walk at you until you got out of their way.
Yeah.
And they'd all just form these giant groups. You couldn't get through. And they did that in the race too. There was like one lane and then the cars. And they would just run right next to each other, like 6 or 8 of them. Waddling their way down there, and you're like, get the hell out of the way. They have all these people going around in the street and on the median trying to get around them, and they're just oblivious, yammering at each other.
Right.
Not just one, but the whole...
The ones in orange. Were they in orange shirts?
No, not necessarily. These were like young girls and girls probably in their 20s.
Oh, okay.
The ones in orange shirts were fine.
Yeah.
I think.
I was gonna say because they were the part of the running club. I saw a couple of. I had a couple of issues with them earlier, but as we spread out, they were pretty easy to run with.
Yeah. Once I got in front of all these idiots, it was fine. But I almost filmed it. I should have, but I did film an example of what I bitch about aid stations. So I'm sure you saw that. But yeah, I don't really have anything to fault the race, especially for an inaugural event. They did really good. The cops were on point and.
Oh yeah, they were aggressive with the cars.
Yeah, especially I was sitting there at the end waiting, and the cop that was directing traffic, because you had to turn in front of a main street to go in the thing, he just stopped. So it was good. I guess the only thing I have to say is if I had another few days to recover, it would have probably gone better for me, but other than that, it was fine. Probably have to give it, since I didn't go to packet pickup, I'll have to give it 5 out of 5 counters.
That's fair.
Which I think is the first time I've rated something higher than you.
I think that is true. But it genuinely messed up my Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I understand that. So yeah, that's about all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so yeah, that was fun. We got, I think, 2 or 3 more races that are actually scheduled. We're thinking about taking a weekend off and having a truly quiet weekend at home. We had a weekend off earlier this year, 2 of them, one in January and then one earlier this month, but it wasn't really a quiet weekend because I was at a conference. And so anyway, but I personally don't want to stop. I want to keep going.
And it's going to be out of necessity soon because as it gets flamingly hot in Houston, they don't have races.
Right, and actually that might be the time to start doing more like morning runs or something because I genuinely don't handle the heat very well. So maybe that's about the time we'll start planning some trips out of state.
It was in the low 70s today, and
well, I mean, like he said, the sun didn't come out and he's right. It was cloudy. When I turned around at 6, the sun was just like so bright. Even with my sunglasses, I can't see the mile marker number until I get close to it. But the miles ticked off so quickly. My blisters were perfect. I had absolutely no problems. I've been having blister pain all week, and they're healing. And I had no problems. And I think it's because I ran most of it, and I think it's because I ran it faster. I have a theory about it. Also, I have like minor pain. This is not like before where you're like can barely walk. Like I could probably go run a little bit more if I weren't worried about filling another Pringles can. So that's progress, and that's the whole point of this. That's the whole reason we did this, and I'm excited about it. So okay.
Yeah. Before we yammer anymore.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and motivated by medals, we'll see you next time.